Yo, check this out. This is Mikey Eyes TV. I got my boy Roxrite though, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah, man.
saying?
What's up, everybody? This is Rox, representing Renegades, straight up B-Boys squad.
True, true. Yo, Roxrite. Let me ask you, what was the first solo b-boy contest that you ever won?
Well, the first one that I won outside of Santa Rosa was in Madera, which was your event.
Yeah,
It
bro.
was in
Let them know
August
what year that
98.
was.
98, August of 98.
How'd you feel about that, man? Because I remember, like, honestly, like, I was the first time I seen you guys, though, and you guys drove up. So, for I know that drive from there to Madera was probably, what, like 7 hours?
Yeah, it's like 6 hour drive.
Yeah, like a
Uh,
6 hour drive.
Man, it was dope. It was, ground level, of course. It was like, yeah, there's a battle happening. Mike gets told us, and Shaw, obviously,
Right.
they were kept telling us about it. So we're like, yeah, let's go. And then we just got in the car and drove out there, got to connect with you, check out the event, get down. Yeah, that was the first time I went on one-on-one, like outside of my area where I actually grew up, and it was definitely something where it was like special to me because coming from where I come from is so small that not many people get to explore, expand, and go out and compete at that level. So for me, it was definitely special to get out to Madera and battle somewhere that I didn't know facing.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, bro, was that the first time when you did the scissors? Was that the first time you brought that out in a contest? Because I never seen it done
uh,
sideways.
no, actually, yeah, that was the first time I've done it in any contest.
You did it
Definitely,
one handed.
well, yeah, because I only competed a few, maybe two times before that,
Right.
or three times. But that was the first time I did it. Definitely in a contest like that, and a contest where it was not just people that I grew up around. It was like this is like the pressure of going somewhere new and dealing with new faces and new talent. That when you go out of your town or your environment, your
Yeah.
country, like the pressure is different. So yeah, that was the first time I ever done that move in a battle, especially in an environment like
How
that.
much did you get money for that time, or would they give you for the winner? What'd you guys get, or what
I
did
got
you get?
$100.
You got $100. You know what I heard, bro, on your way back that you guys broke down in Chowchilla.
Yeah, the radiator blew out on the way back, so we got fucking stuck, and we used $100 for the hotel.
That's crazy, yo. That is so crazy. I've never heard this story though, bro.
Yeah,
After
yeah,
all the years that I've known you.
yeah. So funny. It was just where he's driving back late night and stressing. The
Yeah.
shit just like blew out. I don't know what happened. Mike didn't fucking put enough fluid back in that shit, and then it just blew out. And then we just seen smoke flying everywhere. Like, oh shit! And
Yeah,
then we just
bro.
pulled over, left out, and people ended up helping us. We got a hotel, and then we got stuck out there for 2 days because it
Two
was on a
days?
weekend. Yeah. So
Yo,
we
that's
had to
crazy.
wait.
And
We
it
had
was
to
in
wait
the
till like
summer.
Monday. Yeah, we had to wait till like Monday or Tuesday to go back home.
Yo,
It was wild.
Rock's right. So, you coming up, like being very young, like who was the dudes that you looked up to that kind of like inspired your style, though, bro? Was it like people from Modesto?
Uh, well, I grew up watching more like like Style Elements was definitely a group that influenced me from the Valley. Rocksteady, Renegades, Ground Level, of course,
Yeah.
and those are people that really kind of played like a part in having an influence on the way I was moving at the time. But also just the approach, the way that I break was definitely inspired by those people. Not specific as everybody, but just the ideas and approach that they all carried. It definitely had an impact on the way that I
Right.
moved.
I'm gonna ask you another question though, bro. Like, honestly, your opinion. I see a lot of like breaking competitions, you know what I'm saying, and I noticed that, but I wonder why, like, I feel like the hip hop's been taken out of the breaking. You know what I mean? Like, cause you were always dressed like matching suits.
Yeah,
Like I remember in the early 2000s though, bro. You was Jordan head to toe though, like
yeah,
the freshest though, bro. Even at practice, and
yeah.
I kind of noticed that like that's being taken away. Do you think that the contest has kind of shifted that from the
Well,
culture?
I don't know if it's necessarily the contest that shifted that from the culture. I think it's just the people involved and the way people get into breaking now. It's not as a cultural kind
Mm,
of thing, where you got people that live all elements or represent elements. It's more like breaking and everything else in hip hop became its own subculture in a way. And I feel like the competitions and the breaking side definitely filtered out the essence of fashion, the
yeah.
whole hip hop ideology, the whole idea of not just being a b-boy, but like what b-boying is basically you're a hip hop head. Like hip hop's representation of dance, which means that you got to understand the other elements that come with the culture and just the whole idea of what hip hop is and the mindset behind it. Um, Nowadays I think a lot of everybody's facing or focusing more on strictly the contest, so it takes away from the lifestyle. You know, for some people, this is on the weekend. This is a weekend thing.
Right.
That's just what it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to shit on people that do that. Like for some people, just on the weekend they're hip hop, and on the weekdays they do their thing, work or whatever. But for some people, like this is what they grew up doing. This is their lifestyle, and for those people, I would say that they are still representing the culture, but for other people it's a little different, you know. And
Right.
some people don't even know about the music. They just break and they're like, "Oh, who's that?" They couldn't tell you some of the artists. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Especially when it comes to hip hop music, and that shit just like blows your mind because it goes to show that it still inspires kids enough to try something that's related to hip hop, but they don't dig deep enough, which is not their duties to do anyways. But you know, that's kind of in a way our fault in some ways for not really going out there and packaging and presenting the whole thing of
Right.
hip
Right.
hop to the world.
Bro, like another thing too, like I know Junie from Problems Crew, and honestly, when he passed away though, man, like that kind of hurt me though too, you know,
Yeah,
because I remember him and like Abby Girl, like the first two, they were like the dynamic duo though, bro. Did you know who Junie was from Problems Crew?
I knew of him. I might have met him one time, but if I did, it was it was a long time ago,
Yeah.
and yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time. But it's always sad to hear when we have people that represented or were a part of the movement. You know, especially at such a pivotal time in breaking history. And of course, I know he is and who he was and what he represented. And, it's just sad to hear. Like for us, and
Mm,
he's like from the same era that I came up in.
true.
To see somebody go or hear that somebody passed.
Right.
It's always it's like a distant person that you know of, and it's just always sad to hear because it's like, damn,
Right.
it's always a loss for the community because these people help. Also, everybody played a part in getting breaking to where
Yeah.
it is today, and he definitely played a part in that. It's just, it's sad to see people go.
Yeah.
It's the hard part.
All right. Hey, Roxrite too. Cause you was living up in Santa Rosa and I'm living in Madera though. Like, when was the first time that you heard of me? And like, when you think of Mikey Ice, like, what comes to your mind though, bro?
Shit, the first time I heard of like guys was like 97, 96, 96, 97.
Yeah.
Yeah, ground level and Sean and would talk about you to me.
Would they tell you like little ideas? I just wanna.
Yeah, they were just like, yo, like you guys should do with all the footage and like he's the one that's sending us all this crazy stuff. But then like
Yeah.
you were like kind of like the connect with them that really like also opened them up to other parts of California.
Right. Because we became North Star Zulu.
Yeah, exactly. And you were more in the scene over in the area that we're not from, so I felt like you always kind of had like the input or the insight on like different things that were happening in the scene and shit that we didn't know about because
Mm,
we were so secluded where we were at, and I feel like you guys had a bigger scene about it.
right. That's dope. So today, like, how do you personally feel about hip hop besides like the contest? Like hip hop to you though, like, does it still feel like you still kind of got that feeling like how it was like back in '96, or you think like it's changed and it's more like on a corporate business point of view now?
I mean, I still get it. I still get the feeling of hip hop at certain places, certain events, certain places I go to. They still kind of preserve the idea of having a jam, having a beat, having it feel like a cultural event or something of culture where you got the art, the music, you know, the idea of fashion, the way you rock, the music, like everything that the environment is still preserved in some ways. So that's in a way for me keeps me inspired. But on the commercial side, definitely it's a totally different day.
Yeah.
That's just
How many
laying down.
countries have you been to, bro? Like, I'm gonna take a shot. I want to. Yo.
You out? Sorry.
It's good. It's
That's
good.
okay.
All right. All right.
Alright.
It's good. That's what's
Alright.
up. Yo,
Uh,
that's the real b-boy shit though, bro.
then
I
too.
like that too though, bro. One thing I do like is like when people pass you by, like they still give you respect. And I feel like personally, like you don't have to do like a lot of crazy shit though, bro. Like your reputation, to me, like it's outstanding though, bro. Like I've never heard anything bad about you ever, and I've known you for like 20 something years though,
Yeah.
you know. So I think that's a good move for you, bro, because later down the line, like your name will always be like solid to me, and I
Hope
think
so.
that's more important than like all these crazy ass moves, because the moves like I don't think you can do anything else though, bro, besides disappear. You know, like how do you feel about the new people still giving you like respect though, bro? Like,
Honestly, I just try to do my thing. I mean, I just try to stay active, do what I love to do, and
yeah,
for me, it's just I don't know. I still thrive on like being into breaking and being creative with it, and just pushing myself within what I know how to do, pushing my limits, and trying to elevate and evolve. And with that, I don't know, people connect with that, and people have been able to show appreciation for what I've been doing with my dance and the way that I've done my dance. And to me, that's flattering and an honor because you don't break for recognition. None
yeah,
of us break for recognition. I mean, you break to like rep and build a name and battle and be aggressive. Yes, of course, but that's not like your main goal. You're just out there to get down. I mean, when you're hungry and coming up, you want to be the best, right? So
true, yeah,
that comes with the spirit of competition. But
right,
overall, still, like you're not guaranteed to be recognized for what
right.
you do. Even if you win a lot, you might not ever be remembered for that. It all comes down to you as a person as well.
I just want to say too, though, bro. Like with all the people like kind of passing away in the scene, I feel like personally, I want to let you know, like you don't have to pass away to be like respected. You know, I'm learning the slogan like give the people like the flowers while they're alive.
Yeah.
And for me though, bro, like I remember like living in Madera though, bro, and like I would watch like you at like Alpha Fame or True to the Game in San Jose, and I would see you, bro, like hella young out there with the bandana, bro, like just going through everybody, DSD1, like, and that's the thing, like, bro, like this dude's making money. I remember I would call you. Remember I would call you on the weekends, and you'd be like, yo, I'm about to deliver a pizza.
Yeah.
You was delivering pizzas though,
For
bro.
real,
That was
yeah.
crazy. You was a pizza, half pizza boy, professional b-boy, half pizza. That
Yeah.
was dope that you was doing both though. I thought that was fresh though, and you was
Yeah,
able
of
to
course.
travel.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
job for me. It let me do what I needed to do.
yeah.
That's what's
All
up.
right. Thank you, Roxrite, man. Do you want to say any shout outs before we go?
Shout out to Straight B Boys 707. Peace.
Uh, Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
Sure, bro.
I'll
Right.
tag you in it if you want to like take a look at it and see how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
came out to you.
Let me
I
know.
think it's fresh though, man, because like it's like to me it's like small steps to like doing everything because I want to document it
Mm.
because I want to let people know like from my audience though too, you
Yeah.
know,
That's
like
good. You whack, B. Hey. I'm like, you're a toy, bro.
Oh shit. Yo, Rocco!